where we share ideas and recipes on how you can stay healthy naturally. Grace Enemale is my name. And you can see that the glasses are not there today. So let's start. Look at it. I'm having it by my side. Some of you are wondering, or maybe wondering, what does her face look like without the glasses? In fact, I saw a comment, so that's why I decided to remove it, so that you see what exactly it looks like. Though I'll be having it by my hand in case I need it. And I'd like to highlight a few things. Some people may be wondering, like someone commented some time ago, why wearing glasses with healthy food? I'll tell you something. If you have been using glasses for more than 10 or 15 years, even if it is medication, it becomes difficult. Your body gets so used and adjusted to it that it becomes difficult. It's difficult to see someone who have been using glasses for like 20 years, getting older, and then suddenly you throw away the glasses and start without glasses. Yes, it is because your body is already adapted to it. You may not have to go for upgrading yearly or quarterly like some people are doing if you are eating healthy and if you have already got the knowledge. But that's not the subject for today. But I want you to know that this is exactly how she looks like. You can drop your comment. How do I look without the glasses? The glasses is by my side in case I need to see a comment properly. But let's go. The subject for today is my top teas during cold weather. And before going into these top teas, what exactly is tea? Tea. Yes, we grew up to hear so much about tea. Of course, after water, the most popular drink globally, I think, is tea. And what exactly is tea? Just like I was asking us the other time, what exactly is pap? The same general name that is used becomes so popular. So tea is just water infused. That's my definition anyway. That's the way I see it, with herbs. Tea. Though if you try to search, like I try to do sometimes, is what exactly is tea? People have different understanding of tea. But if you look for dictionary definition, you'll be told that it is the leaves of Camellia sinensis, which is used in making black tea and green tea. That's the most popular tea we know. Tea can also be, the word tea is a general term used for, drinkings like that, But it's not actually the word, It's something that we have accepted globally and use it to define when you infuse water with herbs. But there is a tea, something they call tea. It's not native. It's not something that originated from here. Drinking tea is not so much of our culture, but it's something that we have come to see that it has a lot of benefits. And I will also be sharing those benefits before telling us my top teas during cold weather. Now, if you are in the habit of not drinking tea, and you are already getting to 40 or 50, it's time to make a U-turn and start taking tea. Now, if you are also taking too much teas like I was taking before, and you're also approaching 40 or 50 years, it's also time to slow down. And I'll be telling you the reason why. I have personally slowed down a little. There are different types of teas. If you are not taking teas and you are already getting to 50 or 60, some people don't like taking teas. In fact, like I said earlier, it's not native to, in fact, if you are talking of China, India, these are the people that most teas originated with, and they love teas a lot. So if you get up in the morning, you like to go for, after you have finished your morning course, the next thing is food. I mean, real food. That's how most of us were raised. But once in a while, tea comes into it, but it's not regarded as food here. But food, tea, it has come to stay. And it's a healthy way when taken in moderation. Now, tea can be very helpful and great for you. But when also taken too frequently, it can also hurt. Just like I often say, every other food is like that. No food that cannot hurt when you take too much. As a matter of fact, my first attack by stomach ulcer started after I took tea. I was so fond of green tea. But the first crisis I had with stomach ulcer, I've often told us that I am a survivor of stomach, but the first major crisis was after taking a cup of green tea. As a matter of fact, I told us, I am a real lover of teas. Love teas a lot. I buy all kinds of, flavors. Green tea, black tea. I love teas a lot while growing up. But when you take too much, it can also hurt, like I say. When you don't take at all, honestly, it's even worse for seniors. Why? Because teas are very low in calorie. Yes, when you're talking of low calorie, seniors should be going for low calorie foods that are not too heavy. Number two, help to increase fluid generally in your body. And you remember, we need a lot of fluid. Our body basically also contains a lot of fluid. And again, it helps with things like cholesterol. I'm talking of teas generally. And it also depends on the type of tea, because there are different types of tea. Let me also quickly highlight the very common ones. Of course, we have, like I told us, you've seen my face. If you like, you can comment what it looks like without the glasses. But I shall be putting it on, as I said. It's handy to read the comments, because something I started using at the age of 35 years, and I'm more than 60. So if you are expecting me to throw away my glasses, maybe you continue to wait. And I'm trusting with God. May I share the word of God with you? Okay, that's not exactly what we are doing now. So you just have to follow on what we are talking. And the subject on the table, which is the common teas. Sorry, this thing is disturbing me. Sorry about that. So I am saying that we have to be, we have to be very, very cautious if we are taking too much teas. If you are not taking at all, you need also to be very, very cautious, because when you are not taking at all, it's even very bad. So, I don't know why this thing is disturbing me. Sorry about that. So, there's something that is really trying to interrupt me here. So, what I'm saying is that the teas are great for you, and it can also hurt. And I want to, tell us my top teas. When you are getting to a certain age, you need to explore more foods that are low in calorie, more foods that can help reduce tackle bad cholesterol, more food that can help unclog arteries. Most of them are in the tea category. More foods that will not cause you weight gain. I'm talking of seniors. And so there are people also that should not make tea a popular delicacy on their table, even though, and it also depends on the tea, but there are people generally, if you are trying to gain weight, then you should take tea cautiously, because most teas will help you to drop in terms of your weight. If you are someone that is experiencing anxiety attack, lest I forget, we have caffeinated teas that come with caffeine naturally, and the black tea is in that category. It has more caffeine than the green tea. It is the processing of it that reduces the content of the caffeine in the green tea. I used to go for so much of the green tea. I have some of them there. Different brands of green tea. Yes, look at it. This is a green tea with mint. I'm a lover of it. I have black tea too. You can see them. I have, these are teas. I'm still a lover of teas. This is black tea with vanilla. So I love teas a lot, even up till now, but I'm being very, very cautious with teas because of its effect. It can trigger things like stomach ulcers. And so, like I said, there are people that should not be, should be more, a little bit cautious with teas. And I mentioned it, if you're trying to gain weight, if you're managing anxiety attack, and now if you are also, on medication, for instance, you must be cautious not to just take teas, because they can easily interfere with your drugs. Most of them are in infusion form, so they quickly rush into your body like that. They are faster acting than solid food, so that is why you should be also cautious. And then there are people that every one of us, as a matter of fact, should take it cautiously. I was an ardent lover of tea, like I said, until it also taught me a bitter lesson, which made me, and that was during my early time of menopause. That was when these things happened, when the ulcer issue kick-started, and the crisis point was after taking green tea. Now I like to take it, some people, there are various ways you can take tea. In those days, we used to think that you can't take tea without milk, but that is exactly what most of us are doing. You take tea, you add milk. But those people who actually originated or started about teas, most of them don't add milk. The Chinese, the Indians, other people, those countries where the teas are coming, like the Sri Lanka, some of them come from Sri Lanka and other countries. We are not, so if you come to this our own part of the world, we tend to add milk, especially to make it sweet and tasty. But I tell you, the real manufacturers of tea, the real brewers of tea, honestly, you hardly see them. Even coffee, you may not put coffee, the real drinkers of coffee, they don't ever add milk. It's in this part of the world that we always like to add milk. Why? Because milk tends to destroy its job, the real job that the tea is usually intended to do. In fact, I used to add milk a lot. It took a long time for me to discontinue adding milk to my teas. And even occasionally now, I still manage to do out of long truth. But I tell you, it was one of the mistakes that some of us were making. So we just love it because of the taste. We love it because of the way we feel after taking it. And thereafter, we just incorporated it as a way of life that we must add milk to tea. I'll be coming to different kinds of teas, because I have already mentioned the black tea, the green tea, which are made from the leaves of Camellia sinensis, which is popular. These things are native to countries like China, India. The leaves. So they make this tea, and sometimes we buy it in supermarkets. Some of us, if we see that leaf in the forest, we may not even be able to know it or identify it. We may even have it around us. Talking of these teas that are put in tea bags and brought to us, and we buy it. At least we've learned to drink tea, people like us. and when you are overloving it. Now, there are certain things also that can happen. Those who are not taking tea, I've noticed that those who who experience blood pressure, a good number of them never loved tea before. They like heavy solid all the time. And that's what I found out over the years, trying to help some people with high blood pressure and even seeing their cases, going into their cases. I found out that a good number of them don't even like tea. They just like oily food. When they're hungry, it must be food. And that is why you have to apply moderation. If you are like that and you're already a senior, you have to incorporate occasional tea, but not black or green tea. The teas I want to share with us that are my common teas. A good number, they are not even caffeinated teas. They don't contain caffeine. And you know the dangers of caffeine. Let me highlight it in case some of you are wondering that what exactly is caffeine. It is a nutrient that occurs in certain foods naturally, like foods like coffee, foods like bitter cola. It occurs naturally in some foods. This nutrient, kind of have to trigger some hormones in you to make you to be active. Sometimes it tends to kind of pep you up, making you energizing you, making you like you have extra energy and force from somewhere to do more than ordinarily you could do in terms of physical activity, and it has other benefits, especially when they occur naturally, the nutrients. But because of that way it works, it has a lot of people addicted to it, not knowing. They start their morning with coffee, a lot of people. But with education and awareness, the seniors are also coming to realize that they should not make coffee their best friend, even though I have talked good things about coffee in some of my videos, and I do take it occasionally. It doesn't matter what you say. Once in a while will not do any bad. It has its own health benefits. But when the weather is cold, a lot of people, ignorant I will call it, stick only to coffee because it's a warming food. Now the teas I want to share with us here that I take, some of them may not even be within your reach. And I will also be mentioning some other healthy teas that you can take in case you have access to them. Because you may not always have access to all the things you need, all the teas. There are times you may have access to certain teas, but sometimes you may not have access. But you need to know why you should take teas, which I already highlighted. And you need to know also why you should be cautious about teas. If you are going through, anxiety feelings, you must be cautious. Most teas are not source of big group of vitamins, which helps you to relax and to balance, give you that feeling. And so they can easily trigger it, especially if it's one with caffeine, like black tea. So if you are going through anxiety feelings, you're a menopausal woman, you need to also slow down. That's what I did. I had to even stop. Occasionally I take it, but I see the effect. So what teas should we be taking in cold weather? Now, cold weather occurs all over the world. It depends on your own season. It's a season. Right now, we're experiencing cold weather here. But in some regions, it's not actually cold. It's quite hot there. And so there are teas that you should take. And teas are more frequently taken during cold weather because they are warming. Most times they are prepared using water, ordinary water, hot or boiled water, and infusing any tea. That's my own definition of tea. Either a herbal tea, any leaf of your choice. Either you boil it, bring to boiling point, adding some leaves, or using any of the crushed ones. There are some crushed, dried ones that they come in different forms. In fact, it's important I mention it. They could come in loose leaves. Sometimes they come in just crushed They should come in rolled. Sometimes they come in rolled leaves, dried rolled leaves. I have seen biogenic tea and some other green teas that are rolled, and I like it. I like it. If you can get it, it's good. And so, what are the teas? I've told us why we should take teas, the benefits. I've also highlighted the hazards. Don't overdo it. I overdid it when I was a fan, so much in love with it. I never knew the difference then also. Those of you don't even know. I never knew that I just knew only black tea and green tea, and I was just in love with green tea. Why? Because it contains less caffeine, though the caffeine is there, and it makes you relax, makes you look youthful. In fact, it's the benefits, some of you that are watching me. If you start taking green tea initially at that middle age, it's something I always have around me. I had all the infusions, all the flavors, but today, I tell you, as I speak to you, it's been more than 5 months that I've not had green tea. You can judge yourself. It's more than 5 months I've not had black tea. You can see them. I'm checking their date. Sometimes because of the way it affects our body when you are getting older. So I have selected some teas that are healthier for not only during the cold weather, and I'll tell you why, but it's also they are healthier for seniors. That is not to say that these other ones are bad, but age plays a lot of role. During those years, I was just like 30 years, 32, 31 years, and I was enjoying it. But as I began to approach 50, I'm going to approach 45, it began to show me, I began to feel those menopause signs were already there. So the body was no longer able to handle a lot of things, including too much teas. As a matter of fact, while trying to take back my health, I had to stay off tea for almost 7 or 8 months. This is just the truth. And one day, I began to feel somehow, started feeling things like, what do they call it? When you have this, your liver looks like it's so clogged. I just began to wonder, can I live my life just like that without teas? How can it be? You think of it as you watch me. Imagine a life without tea in the life of a senior. That was what I came to think one day. Because after the thing dealt with me in terms of taking hot tea one hot afternoon, maybe I should give us a little gist. I was actually having some things like insomnia. I talk a lot about sleep because it's one of the problems I had more. And so I knew how it feels, and I had more solutions that helped me, worked for me. That's why I talk a lot about it. You can't talk about what you don't know, what you haven't felt. And so I actually was having those challenges. So, and if you are always having if you are suffering stomach ulcers, you must be aware also about too much teas frequently. If you are also having things like insomnia and all of that, must also be aware, especially caffeinated teas. So it was one of those periods I was going through all this malaria, typhoid. And if you are frequently treating malaria and typhoid, you better stay away from green and black tea because it may also affect you. It's not a nutrient-dense food. That's another thing about it. That's another ugly side. Though some are they have some nutrients, mostly antioxidants, which I will be sharing with us also. And so I decided that afternoon, I had not, been sleeping well. So, but I just thought that, let me drink tea. When you're not sleeping, you just feel, I felt it's something light. Honestly, what happened to me that day is something that I don't want to remember the experience. It was terrible. I thought I was passing out after taking that green tea. So after that day, I ran away from teas. When I tried to recover, it really showed me. It almost tore my intestine into pieces. Let me just tell you the truth. Our intestine is very delicate. And it's even more delicate, it becomes more delicate when you are not sleeping. You need to pamper it. Not only your stomach, your gut, all parts of your body, you need to pamper them when you are not sleeping well. They are not at their best. So I didn't understand these things then. So that was why I thought, let me have tea. Some of you may be making that mistake. Maybe you are just, you don't feel like taking anything. My dear, if you're a senior, if you're feeling that way and you haven't been sleeping, let it not be tea, my dear. You can look for some other things, but except you have not had tea for a long time, and what your body actually needs that time is tea. There are times when your body is asking for it, but don't take it too much. So you need to understand all of this. I never knew all of that. So I just say, okay, I've not really had food. I felt that let me take the green tea. And I always take without milk because I wanted to lose weight. And that was the first ever crisis I had with stomach ulcers. And so you can also learn from it. If you're managing stomach ulcer, or you are cautious of stomach ulcer, or you don't want, you just have to be cautious with caffeinated teas like black tea and green tea. Please, this is just a digression in this discussion, but it's a good one. It's a useful one because some people are still making the mistake. I made it so that you too will not err or fall where I fell. So that was the beginning of that crisis, and I almost passed out that very day. It gave me a very big wound internally. You know, ulcers could bleed. I didn't know that it was the bleeding ulcer that was making me feel like I was passing out. That was the experience. I will never forget it. I never knew I could make it again. And that was immediately after that afternoon. I just said, I've not had anything since morning. Why don't I just take a cup of green tea? They were seniors. And so we move. The teas that are best for seniors when the weather is cold, and why. The teas I want to share with you, they have certain things in common, such as helping to improve blood circulation. Very important for seniors. Very important during cold weather. Now, circulation is usually slowed down during cold weather, and we must be very, very choosy about what we go for. If you are going for tea, you can pick from these ones I want to mention. If you're a senior, number one tea that I go for during cold weather now, lemongrass tea. It's naturally caffeine free. If you can get a fresh lemongrass, it helps to aid digestion. It supports your digestive health. It helps to reduce excess fat. Fat is a problem sometimes. And so it helps to reduce those symptoms like fever. It helps to reduce those symptoms like you want to have malaria, that your body is like becoming sluggish in almost everything. Lemongrass tea is good for you. And so it's a warming tea. Now, it's naturally caffeine free, I repeat that. So you can make tea out of it. And the best part, you can add some date if you have date. Even if you like milk, my dear, if you like milk is not demonic like that. Occasionally, if you want to add a little milk, it goes with milk. I tell you the truth. Sometimes it's only tea because it deals with fat. It's a strong tea. It supports your kidney health. If you think or suspecting kidney issues, you should be going for occasional lemongrass tea. You can easily plant it at your backyard. Yes, I have one. It's very easy to plant. Once you cut a part of it down to the root and take it away with some portion of the soil and go put it somewhere, a suitable soil, it begins to grow. Water it for a few days, and there you are. You have your lemongrass already, and it doesn't grow to a very big tree. So it's something you can even make a container for it, very big, and you have one around. It's very good for you to manage a lot of things. You will benefit from it. It helps you during cold weather to keep you warm, to support your digestion, to reduce cases of constipation. If you are always constipated, like myself, you should be going for lemongrass tea occasionally. Yes. Let me see what Margot Kiss Urgent. Okay. So you should be going for lemongrass tea occasionally. That's what I take sometimes. In the last 2 days, I had it. I actually had to pair it. Sometimes you can combine it for synergy purpose. You can combine it with another tea. Yes, some people put with lemon peas, but I actually combined it with another tea that comes in bag. And lest I forget, let me remind us that the tea that comes in tea bags, let me show us, beautifully packaged like this. They are very appealing. I used to love it, teas like that, because you have to tear it, looks very well presentable. But let me remind you that they are not the best. You can see I have a lot of them. If you are a senior and you don't have that particular, if you see that tea in rolled form, I used to have one of it, but I think it's not within my reach now. I mean, not in a beautiful sachet, but rolled. The Chinese know how to package it sometimes. You see it in some of the containers. They just hide and they are green. They just package it, dry the tea and roll the raw leaves and put it in a container, like in any of these, not plastic. These ones are good. You just take the tea and put it inside the water. Something like Kudin tea. They roll it like that. Kudin tea. It's not caffeinated too. So if you have any tea that comes like that and you have the option, you go for it. Something like this lemongrass. It's not because teas, we are not tea people. We have a lot of, we can package lemon. We have lemongrass tea that are in bags like this, that are sent to our region. But because some of us can get it at our backyard, we get the fresh lemongrass and boil it and drink. But in the absence of that, if you have a well-prepared and packaged lemongrass tea, my dear, go for it. It has a lot of benefits, including helping you with your blood pressure, helping you with your blood sugar, helping you with manage your weight gain, helping you with constipation. Yes, it calms you down, improves your sleep. I'm talking of the lemongrass tea. It's one of the teas. It's not a popular tea for me, but when the weather is cold, you make some changes to your diet so that you will not be falling ill frequently. Because if you eat wrongly, if you give your body what it doesn't actually need, you may easily be having things like pains and arthritis. Ochiamaka Iguilo. Yes, you are welcome. Hi. So if you are taking something that, will not improve your blood circulation, it may also cause you to always have health challenges. So lemongrass tea is one of the teas I am now taking more frequently. Before now, I could stay for like 2-3 months without lemongrass. But now that it's raining here, I've become closer to my lemongrass. And that is exactly what I encourage you, especially seniors. It's going to help you improve your sleep. If you're having problems sleeping, it's one of the teas that you should be going for, because it helps to support your digestive health and does help reduce inflammations generally. And the most beautiful part is naturally caffeine free. And then the next on the line is ginger and turmeric. Yes, another good combination that helps you reduce inflammations, support your liver health. Yeah, if you can get the fresh turmeric, it's very, very good. You use it to, to make tea, is good. But in the absence of it, you can use the other versions, maybe the ground powdered turmeric. But I tell you the truth, I have tested both. It's always good to use the fresh versions of anything. It gives you best results. But in its absence, don't rob yourself completely of the benefits. If you need it, you can still make tea, or rather make do with the ground turmeric. And even if you have lots of it, you can even dry and ground it yourself. It's for the purpose of preserving it. And so the ginger, you know that the ginger is also a circulatory food. It's a circulatory food and great for your digestive health. You can take ginger tea alone. That is not to say you must combine it. I myself, most times, I like to add it even to my lemongrass or to my hibiscus tea or to whatever, because of its unique benefits in terms of improving your digestive health, reducing inflammations and pains. Now, it is common to experience pain during cold weather or in cold environment because of this reduced blood circulation. It's common to experience pain during that period. But if you are smart, you can smartly incorporate some of these anti-inflammatory foods and spices into your diet and reduce the risk of pains. And pain is very common with seniors. Yes, whether it's joint pain, whether it's back pain, whether it's one place could just be paining because of inflammation. Either blood flow is not getting there or for other reasons. So if you have access to fresh ginger, it's good. But now we even know that even the dry ginger is even very potent too. I have found it to be so. When you taste it, you would see it. It doesn't have this, it has a better effect when it's dried and it's pure ginger. There are different type of ginger now, even what's it called? Garlic. And so you can use a dried one to make tea. As a matter of fact, recently, because of the scarcity of ginger now, I'm using the ginger tea bag. And guess what I do sometimes? If I use the tea bag, sometimes you notice tickling in your chest. If you are someone that is very sensitive, or you are an ailing senior, or you are weak, or you are just health conscious, you will notice there's some small tightness. Where are they coming from? They are coming from the tea bag. I'm going to open it for you to see. I'm going to waste this tea because of that. So there are two types. Look at this one. There is no ceiling. Let me use it. Let me use this instead. This is lemon and ginger tea. Look at it. Lemon and ginger tea. But I'm not really a fan of it. Why? Because when you boil it with this bag, this tea bag leaches out. The younger people may not feel it, but seniors, beware of it. And that's why most times now, it costs me to go buy a small sieve. If you know that you are conscious of your heart, you have to open it. If you don't have access to a better version of the lemon and ginger, look at this. Instead of sipping it with this tea, it's very convenient sipping it with the tea. It's very convenient. It's not only convenient, it looks more hygienic now. Look at it. Something is already packaged inside a beautiful bag. You don't need any. In fact, it reduces stress too. Let me add another benefit of this bag. It looks hygienic, it looks decent, it looks easy to use, and reduce stress of trying to sieve. But it's not healthier, my dear. We're talking about health. So I noticed it when each time I take this lemon tea, I'll be having some small triggering around my chest. Though the tea is good, but because of this, the leaching of this, it spoils, it affects the efficacy of the tea. And if somebody that is already managing heart issue, it may not be comfortable for you. So if the best you can do for yourself, in order not to waste it, in case you have plenty of it like myself, is I cut it off. I cut the tea bag and put it inside pot and boil it or add it in a cup and brew it. After brewing it, I get myself a tiny sieve or any of those sieving cloths and then sieve it instead of using their sieve. This was intended, this tea bag was intended to reduce you, to save us the stress of going to sieve it. It just looks very easy to carry, to do, and in fact, we all love easy life. And you will notice that a lot of those so easy things may not be the best for us. If you're a health conscious person, you start doing this. When you cut it, remove the tea, pour it inside the water. The one we were taking before was the kettle tea. It was not coming in tea bags. These are modern things that are being done to make life easier for us. But sometimes they are hurting. Uzoma Elizabeth, Uzo Cake, hi, gracious. Yes, you're welcome. And so most times you're welcome to the house. And you're highly welcome. Don't mind my glass. Good morning. I am Primrose from Jamaica. You're welcome to the house. Oh my God, look at, I've missed some people. Ochiamaka, you're welcome. Igwile, Primrose Coke from Jamaica. You're welcome. Uzoma Elizabeth, you're welcome to the house. I hope you are following. So you can drop your comment, please. I'll be glad to be reading. I want you to see what my face look like. Some people are wondering what does she look like, but I'm always wearing it because it's something I've been wearing for decades. So I'm trying to show us that you see this tea. It looks beautiful, well packaged. It's even decent. It reduces stress. I just thought of that one too. You know, you can imagine just putting it. It's even very more presentable if you want to serve someone. And so with all these things, it becomes difficult for you to forget that your health comes first. I had to experience this before it's not really what I want to talk about, but it's not out of place because I'm talking about tea today. So it's still in place. And so I noticed that when I take it, it begins to like cause more irritation. Because the seniors, our bodies are more sensitive as we age. You may be taking it. If you have younger children, they could be drinking it. Even adding milk, they don't feel anything. But you, when you take it, it's like you want to cough. Even if you don't cough, there's a kind of push on your chest, which you may not be comfortable with. That was what I experienced. And I said, I want to become more careful with tea bags. So what I do some of the times, not all the time, because it reduces stress. So most of the time is I have to cut it, as I was saying, and pour the tea. The tea is not even always the best of the teas that they put in bags. It seems to me that what they put in bags may be just they gather both the good and the bad because you won't see it. Look at it. If it's rolled, they roll the best for you to see. So that's about it. So you have to select either you are brewing the one outside or whichever. But lemongrass, you can get it in any form, fresh. I take my own fresh. We are talking of ginger tea. Before I brought out this ginger and lemon to tell you. This non-caffeinated, it doesn't have caffeine. I have a lot of teas. I see there. Look at this one. This is for eyes, but I don't want to. I love teas. So when I tell you I love, these are teas. These are not in tea bags. They are all teas. Different teas. So that is it. If you are a lover of tea, you have your cupboard, your bedside, everywhere tea. especially seniors. And so I have come to realize that seniors should not embrace those convenient packaging all the time, because most times the convenient packaging does not really, serve our health purpose. So we should be aware of too many convenience. That's just the caution there. And so we continue with the teas that I'm taking. For cold, I've mentioned the lemongrass, and I've talked about the ginger and turmeric. And you can take the ginger alone. You can also take turmeric. No, we have been told that turmeric is best absorbed when paired with ginger or black pepper. But I don't normally pair with black. Mine is whenever I want to take it, I take it with ginger. I'll use it in my cookings. And it's even very scarce these days. But now, I also have to let you know that it's not all the time that you're going to have all these teas that I'm mentioning. It's not all the time you're going to have access to them. The essence is for you to know that these are the teas. You can have one or two. It's not all the time I have access to all these teas. Yes. Now, the next one is rosemary tea. It wasn't part of my best, so I don't make it my friend, but I'm taking it now. Even this one that I showed us, I just started taking it because why? It contains both eye bright and all kinds of herbs that supports the eye. For instance, let me just read some of the contents and it's a good tea. It's zero sugar. It's one of the benefits of tea. Food coloring and preservatives, no food coloring, no cholesterol, no artificial flavors. Of course, these are the things I normally go for. And then the main ingredients are echinacea, ginkgo biloba, aloe vera, burdock's root, bilberry, parsley, eye bright, chamomile. So that was why I got it. And once in a while, I take it, and it's good. Yes, I don't have access to all these things I'm mentioning here. All this eye bright, it tastes great anyway. I think they tried. The people that did it, you can see the eye there. So they tried, and it supports the kidney, supports your liver health, and other things. Peppermint is part of it, and they said it even contains calendula and then fennel seeds. Yes, you can get the fennel seeds. And the good thing about it is naturally caffeine free. You can get all of these teas. Yes. You say milk. Okay, he's talking about milk. Okay, milk. You want to divert us to milk now, because you will love milk a lot. How old are you? You're asking which milk is best for seniors. If I tell you the milk that is best for seniors, you may not agree with me. Yes, I have tasted a lot of milk, but how old are you? Drop it in the comments so I will be able to answer you. Because a lot of you love milk like myself. You believe you can't do without milk. Yes, milk is very sweet, but it's not healthy for seniors anymore. But once in a while, I shall tell you, I must do long truth. Small, take small. Not as before that you can load, you can finish, you put it as you like, so it will taste good. Don't try it. It's one of the top foods that fights cancer. Yes, milk. It's one of the top foods that fights what? Cancer. And seniors should be aware of it. I myself, as I told you, no food is forbidden. Once in a while, I put it in my coffee, little quantity, and enjoy and relax myself. Just like that. That's what I do. But not a regular thing, because it easily clogs arteries. Drop your age, Uzoma Elizabeth. I'm attending to you. Yes, drop your comment. Let me address it too. That the milk, let me know how old you are, why you are in love with milk. I was so much in love with milk several years ago. I was so much in love with milk. I tried to stay off milk because of my health because of age. All seniors should beware. Too much milk. And I tell you, milk is a brain food. Once in a while, I take it. So, ginger, turmeric, rosemary is a circulatory tea. So it's a calming tea. I didn't used to take it until recently. That's how you don't have to. You must continue. If you see a channel like this, follow this channel, please. I mean, subscribe to a channel like this so that you'll be learning, you'll be updating. Don't just stay doing your things your conventional way, that this is what your father used to do. Things are changing. So knowledge is increasing because I myself am learning new things every day, and that is the essence of even making videos on a regular basis. I need to update you, the one that are coming out, and you need to know. Please, which make okay, you are 70, yes. It's important I know your age. That's how I operate. Don't worry, we are coming. I'm 60 plus. I'm over 60, and we are coming to meet you there. Now, at 70, you should almost be saying goodbye to milk. Uzoma Elizabeth, my sister. I know that's a bad news for you because I'm slightly saying goodbye to milk. I won't lie you, because if I could stay like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, no milk. But because of our brain health, the milk that you should be going for should not be low fat, they're highly acidic. Go for occasional high quality yogurt if you can get it. Then another milk is go for full cream. You know those one that is inside tin, the milk that is inside tin, the way we used to drink it in the early 70s. Not all this sachet milk. Now, why am I saying this? It may shock you to hear what I'm telling you. When you are talking of wellness, when you are conscious of healthy body, you should be looking for food that are closest to nature. You see, when you put the liquid milk and the powdered milk together, the powdered milk is farther away from nature. That's why they are cheaper. Yes, you can see one tin of pig milk now is going for 500 naira or 600, I don't know. It is because of their quality. But people, now that you are, somebody that is 70, you are no longer eating bread, you are no longer eating this, although some 70, they eat everything, oh, they no send. Only God, they no send. You give them bread and then they eat. Yes, it depends on the ones you were eating much before. Some of us that grew up in the city, we've had enough of some of these things. We have excess of it, so our body is already saturated. But some people that are living in the rural area, their body have not had even enough, so we don't have to follow them and say we'll be eating everything. You that you are in the city eating bread and tea every morning before. So for a 70-year-old woman, occasional yogurt is great for you because of your gut health, your digest, and you don't have to put it inside tea. You just prepare it for your bone health. That's the milk product because it is easily digestible. Good one. Then after that yogurt, another milk that you should be going for is the full fat milk, full cream. Did you get that? It will come as a surprise to you, but that's the truth. You need a little fat when you are 70. And most of the things that will give you fat, they're already out of your diet. And so when you are talking of the fat, the milk contains a lot of vitamins and minerals, including the big group of vitamin, a lot, including protein. And that's why I say that no matter what, if you can get the milk direct from the cows, I will tell you that it's even better. But it's not always easy to get those ones. But in the absence of it, and in the absence of yogurt. The next milk, if you can afford, it's very expensive. And then why it is even very, very delicate is because you can't, if you drink it today, I cannot suggest you drink it tomorrow. I cannot suggest you drink it next tomorrow. That is when it normally begins to give problem. When you take the milk today, tomorrow you enjoyed it, you slept. It's going to calm your brain. It's a sleep food. It helps you to sleep. It calms your brain. Those of seniors, they have sleep problems, a lot of us. So because we have left milk, it contains complete amino acids. So we left a lot of food that can help our brain, serotonin foods, food that can help us to prepare sleep and to calm the brain. We left it out of our diet. And so if you take the full cream in small amount, just measure a little. So whichever, whether not lemongrass tea, it's going to calm you down. It's not going to hurt if you don't start repeating it tomorrow. Maybe you have opened one whole tin for 550 or 600 naira. And it's okay, I'm going to make sure I finish it. Before you finish it, it may likely clog your arteries. You may start experiencing inflammations. So that is why, if you take it today, for instance, as a senior of about that age, you have to give it about a week so that it won't start giving you problem. So when you are going for milk, it's not going to be, say, give me low fat, the one that is zero fat. I did all of that mistakes. As a matter of fact, some years back, I was having loads of containers of, I don't want to mention brand, but it's one of the milk that falls into 0% fat. You need a little fat, especially seniors. There comes a time in your life when that fat that you were trying to burn, you are looking for it. Sometimes people start saying you are getting too skinny, you are looking, because you don't eat this, don't eat potato, you don't eat bread, you don't eat rice, don't eat this, don't eat that. Eventually you ended up becoming very skinny. Don't eat milk, don't eat meat, don't eat egg, cholesterol, this. You become so confused. So I want to clear the way now that whenever, if you can, because that one is quite expensive. Have you asked yourself why? Why is it expensive? Quality things are not cheap because it's closer to nature. It's going to calm you more if you take like 1 tablespoon of it and put it into your tea for only that day. Even if it's 1 tablespoon you want, or it's 1.5 tablespoon, and you add it to your tea, it's lemongrass tea or whichever. My dear, you relax yourself, enjoy. You relax and enjoy. It's not going to hurt if you don't continue repeating it. It's a yeast feeding food. Milk generally is high in sugar, but it's a brain food once in a while, so that the brain of the senior, for me, that's what, there are brain things like ginkgo biloba and the rest of it, that a lot of brain things that can support, but we don't have a lot of variety in our region here. We don't really have some of the plants. And even if we have, there's not much research. We have a lot of forest around us that if the research is done and investment is done toward that direction, they may soon discover a lot of the herbs that can support brain health, even in the absence of milk. Because a lot of us still rely a little on milk to get complete amino acids and get a lot of this vitamin. And so, Uzoma Florence, are you okay with my response? So any day you feel like taking milk, my dear, you chop milk. There was a day actually, I went to buy milk from a shop. Let me digress a little. Let's say maybe it will. No, I went to buy milk. They were already used to seniors like us going for this low fat, low cholesterol. Surprisingly, they say, they were already serving me. I said, no, that's not the one I want. I want the one with full fat. They were surprised that mama, that's not what mama people are buying. I said, my own mama is different. I know what I want. I want the one with full cream. So they were surprised. They asked why. I had to educate them. That's what they do. I don't waste time to educate you. They ask me, they actually desire to know why I'm going for the one that they are not selling for the old people, are not buying. I said, if you want to eat, I use an Igbo adage that if you want to eat awo, that is toad, eat correct one. When they ask you, say they eat the thing, you say yes, you are eating it. Not be say you go, they say you want drink milk, you are going for what do they call it, coffee creamer, the one that is not even made with milk, cow milk. You say you are trying to avoid cholesterol. How many do you have? When you know that all those other food you have avoided, put out of the way, they have made it. If you see the good food, then you take it. The one that have fat, you take it. Let fat be there small. You need a little fat. Look at this skin. You know what you look like? You look very old, older, if those amino acids are not there. The aging process will be too much if you don't have complete of those vitamins and minerals. And where can you find them? I don't advise people to take what is it called, to take blood tonic. Somebody was dropped a comment about saying whether I should take blood tonic in this YouTube. I said no, and I'll talk about it. The person was responding to something about what is it called, guava leaf, whether I should take blood tonic. It's lack of understanding. That's the topic for a discussion for another day. So we are still talking about teas that I take. I've talked about rosemary. It's calming. It helps to improve blood. It lowers blood sugar, in case you don't know. So if you are taking it, make sure you have had a good dinner. If you don't, if your dinner, you didn't have dinner or you didn't have a good one, if you go for sugar teas like rosemary, you may drop your sugar, that you may start feeling that you need to take something again. So beware of that. Then additionally, for other teas, you can write them down, the ones I already mentioned that you can take. That is lemongrass, ginger, and or turmeric. You can also take this one, I'm rosemary tea. Occasionally I do take it. Then there are also sometimes, not regular, I take moringa tea to help with sleep. Now moringa is too dense. It's not, don't take, you take it the first night, you sleep so well, you'll be tempted to continue. The nutrient is too much. It's going to overwhelm your body. And if you're someone managing high blood pressure, it may trigger it. Whereas in the other, when your body is lacking in all of the nutrients, it may even look like it has lowered your blood pressure because it's good morning, ma. Fear E. You are welcome to my life. You are highly welcome. And so you have to, be careful with it. It helps you sleep. If you get a good moringa tea, either the leaves or the fresh, dried, whichever one, get a little, boil and drink. You sleep like a baby. It's going to improve. It doesn't increase your cholesterol. It doesn't increase it doesn't have fat. As a matter of fact, it's detox food. So it's going to help you, deal with things like, detox. If you are someone trying to detox, as a matter of fact, seniors should embrace more foods that deals with detox. Because when you are sleeping, it's good for you to add something that can help your body to detox, remove toxins. Because one of our biggest problems is toxins, and teas generally are very good in it. Yes, teas generally, they help you to loosen mucus. Sometimes they are held by mucus. Yesterday, it was getting to almost 12 midnight when I went for garlic. I had to chew some garlic. After chewing it, I slept. I didn't know why the sleep was taking long. I said maybe the food I ate was too fatty or too whatever. I don't know, but I knew something was wrong because it was taking long. But I tell you, immediately I chewed some garlic. It wasn't long. I slept still for it. So I made a video already and I told you, I won't tell you what I don't do. That it's working for me, it's been working for me. I don't take the tea. Most times the powdery tea doesn't serve like it's good enough, like ginger tea. So it's the ginger that I normally take. And there are a few other teas also that I take, but some of them are not all the time available. Now, this particular one, hibiscus tea, is a popular one we take, but not, it contains also some acids. Adding ginger or cloves or whatever to boil it is also a tea. You know, some of us are thinking is when you talk of tea, it's just, I said it's just water that is infused with either a herb or something, whether that be dried vegetable, whatever you have infused tea, either tea leaves or a herb, you've infused something. That is what I do. That is my own definition of tea. And so you can make a guava leaf tea. It's another tea that I take. Now, let me talk a little about the guava leaf tea. It lowers blood sugar. I like to take it in the morning. There are some that are best in the evening. So if you take it too much, it's going to start making your bone to be giving you signs that you don't like, because it leaches into your bone. Or not really leaching, but because it burns fat a lot. I'm talking of the guava leaf. It lowers sugar and burns fat. And so when it's doing that, it's expected that you have enough protein in your body. But most time people don't have. Our people don't. Protein is expensive. We don't have enough protein in our diet. So it starts going into the bones and start giving you some signals. That's why somebody was asking under a comment section that should you take blood. It's not blood tonic that you're missing, my dear. It's catching for fat, for protein. Because when you are trying to lose fat or burn fat, you must make sure there's a lot of protein, because it's the building block. You can't just be trying to burn fat. It's a fat burning food. I'm talking of, it supports your hormone. I'm talking of the guava leaf tea. It reduces blood sugar. It helps you sleep. It wards off cough. The other day I said I ate corn. After eating corn, enjoying myself, I said, this one I chop them plenty. You know what I did? I went and boiled guava leaf tea. It works to stop that cough before it stops me, before it starts coming. That's what I did. It's the trick. You can steal it. If you want to enjoy your food, your corn or whatever, once you finish it, my dear, go boil guava leaf tea. That's the best time to take it. It reduces sugar. You know that corn can raise your sugar for seniors. Then you just boil it. I boiled it with lemongrass before it start paining me. Before when I tell you the way of corn, watch that video. It's there. I know why I'm doing those videos. It's not that I saw it. So it's what happened to me that I use and tell you. That's exactly what I do. Before you know it, after eating the corn, your body is paining. If it's not paining you, it does to many people. And somebody even confirmed it in that comment of that corn. So what did I do to avert that thing? Was to boil the guava leaf tea. It will stop cough. Because I really enjoyed the corn very well that day. Sometimes you may be tempted when you see the thing is in season and it's fresh and tasty, and you have all the appetite. You need to enjoy yourself, my dear. So that's what I did that day. And after that, I boiled it and drink, and I slept. It didn't do me anything. In fact, the next day I said I will not eat it again. I do long throat. I still boil it and drink. But that is not to say we should be doing that. But the point is that guava leaf is one of my teas because it aids digestion. It helps to boost your immunity, fight inflammations. And then like things like this corn, I'm telling you, you can, if you eat it and you suspect you eat plenty, it can happen to anybody. Seniors, juniors, just boil your guava leaf. If you know where to get it, go get some. Add a little lemongrass, boil it, and don't add milk, so that it will stop the inflammation from coming up. It's when the thing is trying to come up and you drink the tea and send it back. It's not going to, you're not going to have cough. Some people will eat corn, cough, tomorrow cough, this one, this, it can stop it. You can stop those things before they stop you. It's one of my secrets. The guava leaf tea is one of the another one that I take occasionally if you are feeling feverish or feeling like sluggish again is the papaya leaves. I did a video too. The papaya leaves, you can make tea, it's bitter. It helps you to sleep again. Most of them are in this category. You can see that a lot of people, our people don't really like teas. So the sleep problem continues to resurface. So I also take it, the papaya leaf tea. I boil it and drink occasionally to support sleep, to support relaxation, to fight constipation. These are things that can increase during rainy season. People will be awake because of many things, poor digestion. It supports digestion too. There are several others though, but not, I don't take much of the cocoa. The cocoa is part of the teas that I take. It contains little caffeine. It's also good. It has anti-inflammatory properties. It's an anti-inflammatory tea. It's bitter. So it's still part of the tea that I take, but not very frequently because it has some fats too. But it's part of it. Then you can also boil the mango leaves. I don't take it frequently. I told us I'll be telling us of other ones in case you have access to one of them, because you may not have access to all of them. So the mango leaf is also good for those that are having anxiety attack, even hiccup, frequent hiccup. You're having sleep, many things can help to calm you down. Boil it moderately and take. It's low in calorie like others and naturally caffeine free. Then another tea which is also great for those going through high blood pressure is the soursop leaf tea. You can make tea out of it. You know, most of all, we didn't know that most of these herbs, food, we are eating and throwing the seeds away, that we can make tea out of them. Thank God for knowledge. Thank God for internet. Thank God for awareness. And so we can make tea out of a lot of them. Soursop, occasionally, make tea and drink, especially if you're managing high blood pressure. It's not every day. It's going to bring it down. Make tea during this rainy season. I don't take it because my blood pressure is not always high. But once in a while, I do. It helps you to sleep too. So if you are someone that your blood pressure is always 110, 115, 100, if you start taking it, the soursop, it's going to drop below normal. So that is one of the things you should be cautious about. So you don't have to. And there are others that you can equally try. There are a lot of green herbs here. Another tea that I'm taking is the stonebreaker tea. It helps me a lot. It be like it supports liver health. It reduces feelings of malaria. It reduces blood sugar. So if you have teas like this during the rain, the cold, you won't have any problem saying your blood sugar is rising, you're not sleeping. The stonebreaker is also very good for those who are having problems. Anytime I drink that tea, my dear, I will sleep and wake up and sleep again. And all this urinating, it will not be there. You know, it's great for your kidney. Those who are having kidney stone, that stonebreaker is very good. I do take it from time to time. As a matter of fact, I will take it today. I've already collected one somewhere and put in my kitchen. I will drink it today. It's good. It will not help your blood sugar to rise. It will not help your kidney to be like suffering. It supports your liver too. All this hepatitis sign and the rest of it, it does a lot. I'm talking of the stonebreaker. Yes, we know it. I do take it. As after this live, I'm going to boil and drink. And so these are some of the teas that I take. There are several of them, but not all the time. I take them. I have fennel tea. My fennel tea is here. Look at, I have my dried fennel tea. This is fennel tea. Look at fennel tea. Now this one, sometimes it stays sometime and it's not the flavor. Once you smell any tea and it's not inviting, don't drink it. This is 18 container. You know that it's no longer good. The teas are best enjoyed when the flavor is there. So when the flavors are no more there, it's no longer potent. It's best to be thrown away. So you don't have to continue to, you know. So during the rain, you need to boost your immunity by incorporating these teas into your diet to help improve your blood circulation, to help you, you know, to improve digestion, to help you to improve bowel movement, reduce fat accumulation, and then several others. Yes, I'm talking about teas. It benefits you in a lot of ways. If you are managing high blood pressure, you don't need to take teas too frequently. You know, it's a blood thinner. So you take them occasionally and avoid the ones with caffeine. Once in a while, you take it. Yes, not too much. Not too much. If you are managing high blood pressure, you don't need to. Especially the leafy teas, because they don't have big B vitamins and a lot of them. But I've mentioned the ones you can take from time, like lemongrass. You can take those ones from time to time. You can take a mango leaves tea. You can boil tea out of it and take. There are others. As a matter of fact, there are much more teas now for us than ever in history. Rudolph, yes, said hi. You're welcome. Oh, that Messel way. Oh my God. See, Fear E. Look at so many other. Good morning, ma. You're welcome to my life. Messel way. I have not seen your comments. You know, I wasn't having my second eyes on. So, Rudolph Alford or something said hi. You're welcome to my life. Yes, I'm talking about the top teas I take during cold weather. And where you are, when the weather is cold, you need to be extra cautious about your health, because it is that time that a lot of health problems, health challenges kicks off. Poor blood circulation, poor digestion, sluggishness all over your body. Then it will trigger things like inflammations, pains, sometimes coughing, poor sleep, sometimes, you know, all kinds of health issues tend to be on the increase during that weather, when the weather is cold, when the environment is cold and there's no sunshine. And so you need to be extra careful, especially if you are a senior. Be cautious and be more closer to low calorie foods. And they come a good number of times, they come in form of teas. Now there are a lot of other teas, like the Kudin tea, which is very common. It is a Chinese tea. I used to take it before, you know, but I don't have it now. So there are a lot of them. Even the banana leaves. I've also made tea sometimes, but it's not one of the teas I take this time around. So, but there are so many of them. But you need to embrace more non-caffeinated teas during this period, so as to keep yourself warm. You can even take cayenne pepper, but I don't take that too, because that mind that it is pepper is always there in me. So once I remember it, the thing is pepper. But I remember one night that I had to take it, and I saw that it really works. It's your heart's best friend. So if you find cayenne pepper tea, you want to make tea out of it to aid your digestion, why not? It's going to help heal your ulcers. I mean, pepper. But mine, I told you my own. That mind that it is pepper makes me always feel, you know, I better use it. But there was a night, actually, I had a need of it. And I actually brewed tea, and it really worked for me. So there is another tea, cumin tea. Cumin is also good, but I don't take it now. As a matter of fact, I don't have it around me. It's a tea. You can make tea out of it. drink. There are several of them. Parsley tea, dandelion tea. I've been taking them from time to time. Chamomile tea helps to relax, to aid digestion. So these are common and popular teas, but naturally caffeine free. But like the one I showed us, this one, this particular one, it comes with chamomile. I feel good anytime I take it. That's the truth. You must listen to your body. When you take a particular tea, listen to how you feel. What's your body telling you after that tea? Are you feeling tensed up? There's a tension feeling or anxiety feeling, or you're feeling relaxed. You need to listen to your body. It's not just enough that someone else is taking a tea and it's okay for that person. It's not just enough that you have heard a lot good things about that tea or that food on the internet. When you take it, listen to what your body is saying. That's exactly what I do. So you do not have to just take any tea because of what you heard about it. Be sure that it is. You can even take lemon, make tea out of it. It's all tea. It's an infusion. Once you infuse, whether the lemon peels or the lemon whatever, with ginger like this one and showed us, it's a good tea. Yes, a good tea, because it will also help with to losing mucus cholesterol. There's another tea, but some of them, when I can't get some of them as tea, I go for them as what do they call, essential oils, and that tea is mint tea. I love mint tea. It's good for your kidney health. It's good for that. As a matter of fact, if I'm feeling cold or I need to improve digestion, do a lot of things to improve health. Sometimes I just take the mint essential oil and just massage my hand at night to keep heat. Yesterday I even did that, and it works. You can't get up and start at odd hour to, maybe the weather is quite cold, and start trying to boil brew tea to drink. No, I have them by my bedside. The ginger, just take a little of the mint oil and then put it, massage. It sends heat going all over and reducing pains. Sends heat. I just started lately. Why? I use my hand to do a lot of work. You put it in water, and the water is usually cold here. Some of you, where you are, you have hot water running. You have hot water that's running, but here we don't have. If you are staying where you have such, you may not have the challenge, but you can also try it. If you experience something like your hand is getting stiff, maybe due to poor circulation, like my right hand, after using in cold water, in the kitchen, to cook, to wash, and do a lot of things in the house. I do most of these things. Some of you don't know. I do most of these things myself. Yes, I do a lot in addition to all of this. And so if after doing it, and I go and I started noticing that the hand is cold, it's a sign of poor blood circulation. And over time, if I don't quickly start doing exercise with the hand, or if I don't use the mint oil, which I started lately, mint oil seems to be very perfect in it. It has antibacterial properties. It reduces pains. Once you massage it a little, the inflammation reduces and the heat comes. Because it is heat. Our body works with heat. I noticed that it is heat that most times sends the disease away. No wonder when somebody is suffering cancer, they have to use heat, external heating, to kill off that cell, all those cancer cells. Because our body operates with heat. So coldness is not, we are warm-blooded, let me put it that way. So if you notice coldness in your hands, that's the time to do something. You don't have to just leave it. The moment you notice that your hand is cold, one hand or one leg, that's why they say wear socks. Though I've been trying to wear socks, but it's not working for me. I've seen a lot of people suggesting socks, but I don't know if I wear socks, I can't sleep. Yes, if I wear socks, I can't sleep because it looks like something is holding me on both legs. It's not, I don't know, maybe I've not got my size of socks. Maybe the size I'm using is, I need a very free size to keep me warm on my feet. Yes, I've tried it several times, bought several, but anytime I put it, I tried it last night because the weather was quite cold. It was cold here because it is rainy season. So, but anytime I put it, I can't sleep until I remove it. And so that is it. So you will find something that will keep you warm. So instead of wearing the socks, since it's not working for me, I use my wrapper and cover the legs from this thing. But of course, the difference between the covering with wrapper or blanket or whatever is that once you are asleep and unconscious, the thing may go off and you have become exposed again. So that's why I'm still working on it to get a sock that will be very large, because all the ones I bought, they're not working. No, it's all a waste of money. I bought first batch, second batch, third batch. It's not working. Once I put the socks, you can even comment for me and tell me maybe you're also having the same experience. I was wondering why is it peculiar to me? But socks is good, and I know socks is good. But why is that if I put socks, I cannot feel comfortable? I cannot walk. I cannot walk. I can't sleep until I remove it. Is it that my legs don't like socks? Please, you can even drop it for me as a comment. I will be glad. Maybe you have another suggestion of what I can do, because I always want to increase heat, and you can also learn from it. It's important during this cold. In addition to taking teas, you need to keep your feet warm, because the feet is connected to most of the nerves. If you can take care of your hands and feet during the cold weather, you are good to go, my dear. You see your legs, your feet, take care of them. That's the point I'm bringing in here. Your hands and your feet, they must be warm apart from tea. You can take tea. After taking tea, in a few hours, the tea don't work finish. Cold don't return. So you may feel like, you may not want to go and start taking tea again. How often? Like, teas are irritant sometimes. If you take too much, you start irritating the heart. You know, I forgot to remind you that teas are irritants too. You know, when you are talking of irritants, that was what triggered that stomach ulcer, that I had a crisis for the first time because of the irritating aspect of the black or the green tea that I took that day. Teas are irritants. It can be irritating because it doesn't have anything like protein. It doesn't have anything like, fat. So it will not protect your cells. It's going to hit directly on the intestine. So that is why you can take the tea, for instance, all these teas, and after taking them, after a few hours, if it's a very cold season, you may start feeling like you need some warmth. You can't just start going to irritate your heart again every minute tea, especially when you are not used to it. So it's better to keep your feet warm. But for me now, I'm not using socks because socks doesn't allow me to sleep. I've tried different types, different sizes. It doesn't work for me. I say, what is exactly the matter? Is it that my leg doesn't like socks or what? I think the size, or maybe the legs are too big. I don't know. But I see people wearing socks and I like it and I want to wear my own. But it doesn't seem to be working. Whether to wear it in the house, once I put it on, my system doesn't seem to be the same again. So until I remove it. So far now, I'm not using socks. Whether to sleep or to walk around, I don't. I just keep myself warm. Take my teas and, things like that. So that is it. Elizabeth, you have commented. I didn't really see that. Okay. I think you said you are okay with the response I gave to you. Yes, you said you're okay with it. So far, I've already mentioned in a few of the teas. If you have the teas that you are drinking that is working for you, you can also go ahead and drop your own comments. Maybe we need to borrow some of your own, steal some of your own ideas too. Just like I'm sharing mine. You can drop your own, some of the ones you are taking that is working for you, so that we can tap from it. At least let's learn, we can learn from one another. Yes. My own, I've shared some of you. It's not every time you'll be taking, even the corn silk tea that I took because of the corn that is available. The corn silk tea was very good, but it's not every time you'll be having corn silk around. But if you have it, it's good for kidney health, it's good for your prostate health. It helps you also to relax. There are several other teas though. There is one, I didn't mention it here. Sometimes I just take it too. So you can, take some of them. I take Mistotu tea too. Yes, Mistotu tea. Mistotu tea is good. It helps to reduce inflammations, reduce the risk of things like diabetes and the rest of it. So that is it. Sorghum tea, corn silk tea, Mistotu tea, guava leaf tea, lemongrass tea. You can see we have a lot. And the beautiful thing is that most of them are naturally caffeine free. So it's not about coffee. Some people don't have much choices to make. They think it's only coffee. Coffee is the last of it, the least of it. So once you take the coffee, it keeps you warm, hot. But later on, it leaves you dry and empty again, like somebody, in fact, it leaves you worse than met you. That's why I didn't put coffee in my list, though occasionally I go for it. And I know when I go for the coffee. So it's not my regular tea. Occasionally I take dandelion tea, dandelion for the liver. It's great for liver too. Occasionally I take it when it's fresh. I get the fresh dried leaves, but not always available. And then the parsley tea is also good for kidney. Yes, I've taken it from time to occasionally, whenever I come across. So that's why I thought to mention all of them, even though I do not have access all the time. But if you have access to them, go ahead and brew your tea and drink and enjoy yourself. Boost your immunity with it, but don't overdo it. Don't just take tea because of you had tea. I've told you that teas are not the same, and the best choices to make. Teas, we have caffeine, the ones with caffeine, we have the ones without caffeine. And I've told you all the dangers of caffeine. It can drain your cells of fluid. You will look dry inside of you. You need extra water to keep your body hydrated. It dehydrates you. That's what caffeine does. And it's not your heart's friend. Yes, it's not your heart's friend. So you'll be looking for food that are your heart's friend. Food that are good sources of magnesium, especially seniors. As a matter of fact, I was wondering why Mistotu tea was actually good for me anytime I take it. And I went to do some search about it. And I found out, that the Mistotu tea grows on another tree. That's how that's a tree that grows inside another tree. And then that it contains some amount of magnesium. Because of that way, it's always, the natural way it grows on another tree, so you get some magnesium here and there. So I now go, no wonder, because most teas are. Yes, most of them, I don't even like, as a matter of fact, I've stopped taking powdered Moringa tea because some of them have expired, a good number of them. Moringa doesn't last long when you make it into powder because it's dense in nutrition. Almost everything is there, even small protein. So I make my dried Moringa tea supposed to be the healthier. In fact, I was producing my own dried Moringa some years ago, some 9 10 years ago. I was actually making it and even giving it out to some of my followers. It was very good. The dried moringa, and I intend to start doing that shortly as God gives me the grace. Because a lot of the time when you buy from supermarket, it tends to have expired. It has stayed more than 1 year. And once the smell is disgusting and awful, if your nose, I made a video recently that if your nose, whatever you want to eat, if it does not pass your nose test, don't eat it. I did that video. It's a short video. And if you want to even rub it or put it on your skin, if your nose does not approve, don't go there. And so if you buy any moringa powder and it's like choking, don't take it. It's expired. It doesn't matter the label. The label may be very attractive. They may even convince you that they produced it last month. Don't listen to all that words. Listen to what your nose said about it. What is not friendly, put it away. So what I do now for moringa, I just get some fresh leaves and then just little quantity of the leaves because it's so powerful. As a matter of fact, when I boil it, it don't show any color. You know, the beauty of teas is the color, and that's why black tea is the most popular tea. Look at it. This black tea. If you brew it, it looks like, coffee color. It looks very rich. So it's that rich color that attracts people. But when I brew moringa, it doesn't show any color. But yet, it delivers result. The color won't be there. I just boil it, just there like that. We always love color. Of course, the eye must have to eat first now before the body will collect. Most of these teas, they come with even the hibiscus tea, it has color, red color. Most of the teas, when you see the color rich, you like to take it. But don't be carried away, my dear. Some teas may not look so colorful like moringa oil, but it has more power. So I do occasional moringa tea. Occasionally, I do moringa tea, fresh moringa. Brew a little, just a little. Maybe I will start showing us over time. It's just the confidence of trying to do this video and all of that. But I'll try to be, you know, doing it for us to see exactly what I'm talking about. So you have to just brew it and then take it in moderation. Don't take it frequently because it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt you. So I think that I've settled it. Powder moringa tea is not good. Yes, you can't take it often. That's what I said about BP. You start feeling as if your BP is, even if it's good, even the fresh, anyone you are taking, moringa is a blood thickener, not thinner. It's dense. If you take it frequently, you start feeling your BP is rising. But if you take it moderately, it will be tuning it down. It will balance it up, reduce toxins, inflammation. You know, it doesn't have fat, it doesn't have cholesterol, it doesn't have all those factors that tend to pump up your blood pressure. But then, the nutrients are too much. So if you take it regularly, some of the nutrients that your body do not have need of, they will not be there to push your blood pressure up. So moderation remains our rule here. Remember our slogan is, food is our medicine, but moderation is our rule. You don't have to take too much, seniors in particular, because it's going to thicken your blood. When the blood is too thick, blood pressure begins to rise. Even bacterial infestations, everything. A lot of things begin to happen. Your blood needs to be moderately thin. When it's too thin, it's going to trigger things like stomach ulcers. That's why moringa leaf is good for healing of ulcers. It's a healing food for, if you are, in fact, it helped me during those days. If you're having stomach ulcer, you take moringa, no caffeine, it's not going to hurt you. It has a lot of the nutrients to help to heal and to thicken your blood. because too much blood thinner is what caused my own that time that I said I had green tea and I had a very big crisis with ulcer the first time. So blood thinner too much is not good. Most teas are blood thinners too. We must know this. All the ginger, a lot of them, even chamomile, they are all blood thinners. That's why I said those who have blood pressure should be cautious with teas. It's good for you. It's also bad when taken in excess. So you must be careful the type of tea you are taking, because they are blood thinners and they are what we call irritants. Something I call an irritant. Something that can just irritate your intestine. So sometimes your intestine need calm. You need, especially seniors, you need something like pap. You know, I talked about pap recently. That's why I say pap is so popular. So when you feel that your intestine is irritated and it needs a little pampering, you need to pamper it. You go for pap. That's what I was talking, that pap has good side and bad side. But a lot of people are, when you see that the thing is good, you start taking it every day. So it will now start causing problem on the other side. That is it. So if you suspect you've had too much teas and it's becoming an irritant, then you take pap, like millet pap, to kind of cover and pamper your intestine. Now, mixing of lemongrass, well, papaya leaf, I have not mixed that mixture, but I have mixed lemongrass with small ginger. I've mixed lemongrass with guava leaf tea, and it was very good. I've mixed 3 of them too. It worked. I've mixed lemongrass with hibiscus tea. It was good. And I will tell you why I'm mixing all those things. I've not mixed it. You know, papaya leaves is bitter. So, like when I'm doing papaya, I just drink only papaya leaves, because it's bitter. No, I don't. This lemongrass, it's not bitter now. It has small taste. You know, sometimes it tastes good small. So I don't want to use bitter something and spoil it. And what also fund or initiate my combination is what and what is there. You know that a guava leaf contains iron. So I now tell myself that since this one is like a cleanser, the lemongrass, two of them are quite sharp, like aiding digestion. This one lowers sugar too. This one doesn't really lower sugar. It's just neither here nor there. So I said, okay, since it's a cleanser, talking of the lemongrass, let me add something that contains iron small now. So when they clean the house, make iron dey, blood dey small. A lot of people are not aware that guava leaf contains iron too. So if you are looking for iron, it's there. So that's what make me to add it. Then sometimes also I add the hibiscus tea. It works for me, it's very well, especially with constipation. It works well. It works. Sometimes I combine it, but I never do with bitter herbs. If you try it and it's working for you, why not? You tell us. You can come back and comment. At least I myself may give it a try, but I don't really like bitter things like that, mixing it with. I take neem tea occasionally when I suspect like malaria or so. It's good, and it's good for heart issues. Neem tea is bitter. I don't combine with it. It's already bitter. The bitterness is enough. I'm already satisfied with the bitterness. So I know they like to, join it with another food. So that's about I hope, are you okay with that? Uzoma Elizabeth. So that's it. You can try it if you don't mind, and let us know your experience. Come back and tell us your experience. Any food place. You come back to any food place and tell us, I did. So maybe if it's great, I'll go and try. But I've told you, I have mixed it with hibiscus because it's red color and little. It depends on the mixture anyway, the combination, the ratio of the mixture. So I've also mixed it with guava, small. The taste is also bland and the color will be looking good. No good too. And I'm always very cautious with herbs. So I know they drink too much. Because if you put too much, you can lower your sugar, especially these guava leaves. You lower sugar very well. So you must, na small they put. Very, no be say you pack it like this. Just little, like 4 or 5 leaves. It's all I need. And put it. So that's it. Yes, I'm okay. Yes, thank you, Uzoma Elizabeth. So you don't have to. Just mix with the other one. What is it called? Especially if you are if you're having BP. You won't have BP issue again. Honestly, I think surprised when people say what BP go they do for your body. If you have all this drinking this, mixing from time to time, you are following a channel like this, and then read a lot of posts I've made in the past. Go and check them if you are coming this way new. If you are not an old member, you can just also apply and become a member of the channel. You know, being a member of the channel is also different because we can have one-on-one chat. Some people desire it one-on-one. You can find a way so that we can interact through the community and other this thing. And occasionally I will make videos specifically for those members. Yes, specifically for them, tailored for them. So that is it. Being the channel member is good. You know that this channel, you like it, like what they are doing, and that you want to formally be a member. You know, it's good. It's good. If you know you are benefiting and you are gaining and you like what they are doing there, it's not by force. You just join the channel. Just like other clubs. People join clubs. You join so that you'll be interacting with us and then we'll be interacting with you. Teas like oregano tea, lower blood sugar. If you are taking all these things, where will blood sugar be rising? Where will blood pressure be rising? Because this is what most of these things do. They lower your blood sugar, they lower. Sometimes I feel my blood pressure going down. I just stop. I'm telling you. Recently, I was, this tea, what is it called? Too many teas are all over the place. It's avocado leaves, the powder tea. I like it. I've not been taking it for a long time. But recently I said, I have to try it too. Because once they said it's for blood pressure, I run. I know they like to friend that food because my blood pressure is normally okay. So I remember adding it with some foods, mix it. And when I took that food, honestly, immediately I lied down, I noticed that my blood pressure was going below. You know what I did? I go and carry coconut oil small, go for mouth. That's what I did. Because I noticed that, the blood pressure, if you are someone that your blood pressure is not always high, 100, beware of food, how you are drinking herbs up and down, because most of them will end up to drop your blood pressure. And that's why I started by saying that people who are not tea drinkers and they are getting to 40, 45, 50, they should start drinking tea moderately because it will naturally be helping to tone down your blood pressure. Most people that are having blood pressure issue, most of them like teas. They can say a month they don't take tea. It's not good because these teas will help to thin out your blood to reduce the risk of such diseases, the risk of all those blood pressure going up. It's going to be toning it down because occasionally when I mix some things like hibiscus tea, if you are somebody that your blood pressure is low, you now boil hibiscus tea, you put cinnamon, which lower blood, you now add maybe like beetroot to make it very red. If you drink it finish, maybe somebody now bring cucumber. It has happened to me before now. That's why I'm sharing it. Long time ago. Somebody now bring cucumber. Don't just be eating anything. You now start chewing cucumber. By the time you finish chewing cucumber, your blood pressure don't drop below normal. These are things that lower blood pressure fast and very quickly, and before you know it, you'll be looking for how to elevate your blood pressure. There is normal blood pressure. So if your own is already within the normal range and you are drinking herbs, teas, plenty, anyone you see you drink, you may not know, because like I will know when the thing is going down. You may not know the sign when the blood pressure is going down, but you will know that there is an uneasiness within you. Your body will send you a message that there is an uneasy feeling around you. You are feeling like your life is threatened. Let me put it that way. So that is the point. That is the point. You will just be feeling like that. It's not something that you need to just be drinking anything you see, you go and start to drink because you have heard that is good. If it's the one that lower blood pressure, you have to be very cautious of it. That avocado powder tea is good for blood. It's rich in antioxidants. I've taken it and listened to my body. I said this one, the lower blood pressure, the lower blood sugar too. So you have to be cautious if you see things like that. So we want to be drawing the curtain at this point, unless you have some more comments to make so that we can address it, or else it's bye-bye for now. See you again. And thank you for watching. Thank you for coming. Okay, let me wait for like 5 minutes. Maybe you can drop a comment that I can attend to your question. If you have any comment or you have any question, you can also drop it now so that I can address it for you. Even if it's outside the subject, but it has to do with your wellness. That's exactly why I'm live. I can assist you. I can offer my support. Gracious grace. See you again. Bye for now.